Hi, third grade. My name is Jennifer Albron, and I will be reading your Partnership for Kids book for today. Today's theme is mindfulness, and mindfulness means paying attention and slowing down to really notice what you're doing. It's important to be able to stay calm when things don't go your way or in stressful moments. Sometimes it isn't easy being mindful, but the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The book that I have for you all is called Fourth Grade Rats, and it was written by Jerry Spinelli. And this is what that looks like. It says, "Do you have what it takes to be a rat?" Suds may have been the perfect third grade angel last year, but now that he's in fourth grade, it's time to be a rat. His best friend Joey knows all about being a rat, pushing little kids off the swings, saying goodbye to lunch boxes and PB&J, and definitely no crying aloud. Suds isn't so sure he wants to be a rat, but Joey is quickly becoming the most popular kid in class with his troublemaking ways. Even Judy Billings is starting to pay attention. If Suds doesn't become a rat, will he just turn invisible? It's a story about friendship and a little bad behavior from a student. And I'm sure we're going to get to learn a little bit more about him reflecting and being mindful about his behaviors. So as a reminder, these books are for you to keep, to take home, and share with family and friends. We will start with chapter 1, and if your class would like to continue reading a second chapter, you are more than welcome to. After I read our book, first chapter, I will go through the activity, and that will be it for our visit. So, Rats Don't, chapter 1, page 1. First grade babies, second grade cats, third grade angels, fourth grade rats. It was the first recess of the first day of school. A mob of third graders had me and Joey Peterson backed up against the monkey bars. And there's some illustrations, so I will show you those as I go along. They were giving us the old chant. When they came to the word rats, they screamed it in our faces. Then they ran off laughing. "I wish I was still in third grade," I said. "Why?" said Joey. "So I could still be an angel." "Not me." He climbed onto the first bar. "I waited 3 years to be a rat." He climbed to the next bar. "And now I am a rat." He climbed to the top bar. He shouted over the schoolyard. And, proud of it, I started to climb. My sneaker slipped on a bar, and I went down instead of up. The first thing I landed on was my hand. My thumb got bent back, way back. "Pain," I howled, as loud as I could. Oof. Page 4. It still hurt. I kicked the ground, the monkey bars, the nearest tree. My thumb still hurt, and so did my foot. Only one thing left to do. I cried. Joey's voice came down from the high monkey bar. "Rats don't cry." The bell rang to end recess. I jogged, sniffling to the door. When I got there, Judy Billings was behind me. Like a miracle, the pain in my thumb disappeared. For me, there was no such thing as pain when Judy Billings was around. I loved her. I was sure that any day she would start to love me back. In the meantime, she mostly ignored me. But I kept trying. Judy was in the other fourth grade class, so I didn't see too much of her. When I did, I figured I had to make the most of it. That's why I held the door open for her. She went through. As usual, she ignored me. I didn't care. For 1 second, she was inches away. Heaven was a trainload of those seconds. A little while later, during silent reading, a spider crawled on Becky Hibble's book. Becky screamed. And flipped her book into the air. The book landed on the floor. The spider landed on my lap. Next thing I know, I'm on my desk, tap dancing and yelling, "Get it off me! I'm off, get him off me, get him off me." On the way to lunch, Joey's whisper came back, "Rats don't get scared of spiders." We sat together in the lunchroom, just like last year, and we both brought our lunches from home, just like last year. We sat at our usual table. I opened my lunchbox. I was checking out my stuff when I heard Joey snickering. I looked up. He was wagging his head. His face was smirking. I looked around the lunchroom. "What's funny?" "That," he said. He was pointing at my lunchbox. "What's wrong with it?" I said. "Ain't that the same one you had last year?" "Yeah, so what?" He snickered again. "Look at it." I looked at it. "So, what do you see?" "I see a lunchbox." "What do you see? A Martian?" He flipped the cover down. "Look at it." "What's on it?" "All over it." I looked again. "Elephants." He broke out laughing. He pounded the table. His face was red. I had never known I could make him so happy. He tried to talk a couple of times, but he kept cracking up. Finally, he slapped his hand over his eyes and got it out. "What are they doing? The elephants?" Yeah, they're flying." This time, I thought lunch would be over before he stopped laughing. Other kids were looking over. Gerald Willis, a sixth grader and the school bully, threw a French fry at Joey, but that didn't stop him. I unwrapped my sandwich. I didn't have all day. At long last, he took a deep breath. He said, "Right, flying elephants, big flapping ears, doing yo-yos with their trunks. Some of them," I corrected him, "others have fishing poles." His cheeks bulged with laugh balls, but he swallowed them. Morton, he made himself serious. "Don't you get it?" "Get what?" "Flying elephants on your lunchbox, man. That's little kid stuff." He picked up his paper bag. He wagged it in my face. "This is what a rat brings his lunch in." I took a bite of my sandwich. "What do I care?" "That's just it, man. You oughta care." He opened his bag. "If you don't care, who will? Your mom probably got you that box, right?" "Yeah, I guess." "Right, moms. They just want to keep you a baby all your life." "Suds, I'm telling you, you gotta put a stop to it now. If you leave it up to your mom, you'll be going off to college with a flying elephant lunchbox." I looked at my lunchbox. I had it since first grade, when I was a baby, and glad of it. Most of the other kids broke their lunchboxes or lost them, so they got new ones every year. My lunchbox just kept rolling on. The elephants were fading, and some were even starting to look like hippos. But I loved my lunchbox. It was like a brother to me. Now that I thought about it, I wasn't even sure I could eat lunch at school without it. And as for my lunchbox going off to college with me someday, well, to tell you the truth, I didn't see anything so bad about that. I looked at Joey. He was wagging his head and smirking again. Uh-oh, I thought, it's not just the lunchbox. Alright, so that is the end of chapter 1. You could go ahead and continue reading a second chapter if you would like to, but if you would like to continue with the activity, or have a quick discussion about what we just read, please go ahead and pause this video. If not, I will continue with the instructions for the activity. So the activity for today is it's a game, a mindful game. It's a 3-3-3 rule. Teachers have your students think of 3 things they can see at the moment, 2 things they can hear at the moment, and 1 thing they can touch at the moment. Then have them take a deep breath before sharing. Please share how you feel after doing this activity. So these activities that we're going to go over can help you practice being a calm kid, being mindful of yourself, your feelings, and what's going on around you. So that is one of the activities that you can always do that doesn't take too much time to kind of ground yourself and have you focus on the present moment. So the 3-3 rule. So 3 things you can see, and then 3 things you can hear at the moment, and 2 things you can hear at the moment, and 1 thing you can touch at the moment. And then take a deep breath, and then ask yourself how you are feeling. Now, the other activity that I have is it's called Mirror Me, and students will need to find a partner. Then one student will be the leader, and the other will be the mirror. So the leader will do slow and controlled movements that their partner will mirror. So this is a perfect time to show any yoga moves that you know, or you could just make it fun. Make sure that you are being safe though, and do different poses that kind of are slow and controlled. From what I used to do would be pretending to be different kinds of trees and seeing if if I can hold a certain pose for a while without falling over, and it takes me a little bit of a challenge. So that is an idea for you all. I hope you enjoyed your book, and I hope that you enjoyed the theme for today. Again, these books are for you to keep, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.